Hey, today I'm gonna do a full breakdown, in-depth comparison between the Bowflex, the Powerblock, and the Keppi adjustable dumbbells here. Show you the pros and cons of each of them and rank them in order on my preference, which ones I prefer over which, and the overall winner. So first, let's start off with the Keppi. These are the newest ones that I got a couple weeks ago, so I've been using them. One of the key differences between these as well is that they only go from 5 to 25. I think they have a bigger version though that can go to like 50, like the Bowflex. So it's a similar design to the Bowflex, similar adjustability, but one of the key differences is to adjust it, all you do is you turn the knob, which requires some force to adjust so you can see what number it's at, and it has the same pull-out feature, has a tray just like the Bowflex, whereas the Bowflex, you change the knobs on the outside instead of the handle itself. So let's say I wanted to go to 25, you have to do it on both sides as well. And then when you lift it up, it'll leave the other weights in there and just keep out the ones to make it that weight. So it's 25. Now, one of the things that I don't like about the Bowflex design is how far they stick out. So let's even look at them compared to the Powerblock. And you can just see for 52.5 pounds versus the 50 that the Powerblock goes up to, how much more compact the Powerblock is, which is really important for any pressing movements, bench press, shoulder press. If you're doing reps with the Bowflex, you're gonna hit both of your hands together before you get the full extension. And so it kind of is a pain because then you'll have to like cross your arms and it just won't work as well. Now the Keppi, for the 25 pounds, they are more compact, but even next to the Powerblock, you can kind of see the Powerblock 50 pound is almost as compact as these Keppi 25 pounds. But here's one of the things that I will say I like about the Keppi that both of these don't have is the knurling on the handle. I like the handle a lot because it has a little bit of knurling in the middle, whereas both of these don't have any knurling at all. But they all have great features. And another thing is the Powerblock is probably the most difficult to adjust if you're in the middle of a workout, or like the hardest to get. So you pull out this and you set it into whatever weight you want to do. But the problem is sometimes if you're going quick, you might accidentally get it under on one side and on a different one on the top side or on the other side. So then it'll pull out whatever is the lower weight. So you just want to make sure it's lined up correctly. So it sometimes can be a little bit of a pain when you're in the middle of a workout and you're trying to do a drop set or just switch to a different weight. You might accidentally go too far. So this is 30 pounds where it's at. It also has a magnet here, so when you're like going in, it'll like click in like that. So that's a nice thing as well. Then you pull it out. So this is 30 pounds. And so let's just show as an example, this is 30 pounds versus, let's do the Bowflex 30 pounds. And we'll do the Keppi at, or even better, let's do the Bowflex at 25 pounds. So we're gonna go ahead and take it out. And we're gonna switch this Powerblock to 25 pounds. And then we'll take out the Keppi at 25 pounds. So then you can see all of them at the different weights. So there we go. Here we go. So there we go. These are all at 25 pounds, and you can just see how compact the Powerblock is for being 25 pounds compared to the Keppi, which is still more compact than the Bowflex. But I believe if the Keppi was the 50-pound version, it would look more similar to the Bowflex. I'm not quite sure with that one, but I absolutely love how compact and easy the Powerblock are and how small they are when you're using them. So you can just see how much of a difference that actually is, especially comparing it to the Bowflex itself. So like I said, when you're doing any pressing movements, you're not going to have to worry about them hitting like super early on. Like if you're doing it with the Bowflex, you can just see how easy these are going to touch if you're doing any pressing with this because of how much they stick out. Overall, they've all held up very well, very durable. But I will say, since I've had these for the longest, for 10 years, these are my preference. And then if I were to go with my second choice, I would go with the Keppi, since it has the knurling. I think the adjustability is a little bit easier for them. And I don't know about the 50-pound version, but I really like this 25-pound version. And then the Bowflex being my third choice. Overall, you can't go wrong with any of them, but those are my opinions.